sitting here holding this rod like this. I'm like, I can't do it I can't. And my rod just went and broke. I'm like, oh, thank God. I mean, I couldn't. It was massive. It was one of the biggest tarpon I ever saw on him. In this Mitzi skiff. Weighs half as much as my boat haul does.
That's crazy.
Like, I couldn't do anything. I sat on my deck like this, just holding the rod.
When was the last time you went tarpon fishing?
I've been tarpon fishing off the dock recently, but actually in a boat a long time. Years. Last time I went tarpon fishing, I was in that Hub 2, the Dorado, and we went drifting through Boca Grande Pass on our way back through the channel. Yeah, we took it from the East Coast, the Dorado that we had back probably 8 years ago. We bought it on the East Coast, and we took it through the canal to Johns Pass. And on our way up, we stopped in Boca Grande, right in the middle of tarpon run. It was like end of May, and we went drifting right through that mess of boats. Yeah, we hooked up, but we lost it.
That's funny. We actually, one guy hooked one the other day.
They were not impressed with us.
In the Upper Bay, he hooked one. Water temp was like 72.
Yeah.
Got like 4 or 5 good jumps. Got close to the leader, and then he ran and jumped off the front. We only had 25 pounds this leader on. It's probably a 30-pound tarpon. 20 to 30-pound tarpon. And then went on my buddy's boat, and he had a nice bite, and it hit it and did one jump and just spit it. But I'm like, yeah, it's pretty late. Next break. How long until we're on? I gotta take a look.
Yeah, I got like 30 seconds.
Okay.
But next break, I'll show you where it's at. Or if you want, you can go out this door and walk around the hallway, and then you'll see it over there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Take a right and then walk to the end.
I can walk you there on the next break.
Chugging water.
You'll have that.
My last tarpon I caught ate a mullet while I was slow trolling it on the beach for a kingfish with a wire rig.
Yeah, do you go tarpon fishing a lot?
No.
Yeah, okay.
Mikey does. Mikey likes tarpon fishing.
Yeah.
Like when they show up in like June and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you were telling me he runs red snapper tarpon.
Yeah, he'll run offshore and he'll go get his red snapper and then come back in when tarpon fishing's good. And then he'll run back in and go tarpon fishing in the afternoon on the way home.
That's hilarious.
Some guys like it, it just depends. If they want a big meat trip, then they're not doing that.
Yeah.
But if they're cool with catching some scalies in the morning and a few groupers and then going in there and doing that, then...
The guy out on the boat yesterday, we went out one day in the Upper Bay and just this little stretch. We had 200 little tarpon around us. He's throwing a fly, throwing a harp. We could not get one to eat. I mean, they were everywhere. I mean, from this big to 30-pounders just rolling everywhere. We're throwing bait busters, flies, all sorts of flies, jigs. Couldn't get any of them to eat.
Wow.
That was crazy. Now, they're not there anymore.
That's crazy.
It was a crazy
we got
day.
some cold coming, so everything's gonna get shuffled.
Same guy I took him. We went and caught a triple tail, big one. And I was like, oh, I gotta weigh him. I was like, put him on the boga grips, and it's like about 13, 14 pounds, and falls off the boga grip, hits the deck, goes into the water.
Oh God.
Dude, Bucky, you got some stories on you, dog.
I was like, no way. Took him out to redeem ourselves, and like a week later, we got one. And then I was like, let's sabiki some...
By Hubbard's Marina. Now your captains, Black Anderson and Dylan Hubbard.
We're back, Bartow, for Real Animals Radio, talking fishing. Remember, if you want to call and join the conversation, if you got a fishing question, you got a fishing report, anything at all, give us a shout. 1-800-969-9352. This morning, we got a lot of juice and knowledge in the studio this morning. Captain Bucky Goldman of Bagum Fishing Charters from Upper Tampa Bay. Captain Steve Papen from Fintastic Fishing Charters. So a lot of offshore and inshore knowledge in studio this morning for your fishing questions. Also want to give a shout out to our friends over at the Friendly Fisherman Seafood Restaurant. Remember, the Friendly Fisherman at John's Pass is back under the management of the Hubbard's family, the same family that's been serving up the best fishing and dining experiences in Madeira Beach for nearly a century. Come rediscover the Friendly Fisherman and taste the difference with the freshest seafood, improved menus, and the service you've come to expect from the Hubbard family. Enjoy unbeatable waterfront views, a welcoming atmosphere, and flavors straight from the Gulf. Locals and visitors alike, come see what's new at the Friendly Fisherman today. And right now is the time to visit our local tourist destinations, whether it's John's Pass or Paso Grill or anything around the area, man. This is it. Like Capt Mike was saying, there's not a lot of folks around. There's not a lot of tourists around. This time of year is funny because we're a week away from being really busy and a lot of tourists here, week and a half, because around Christmas it gets crazy. But this time of year, like, no one's moving around. Everybody's saving their pennies. Everybody's looking forward to that Christmas trip. So, man, it is a good time of year to play tourist, as I like to say, if you're local and you want to, because you don't want to come to John's Pass during the peak Christmas chaos or spring break or summer. But this time of year, it's nice.
It's nuts during spring break. It is absolutely crazy.
It is. It's hard to even go down the beach.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the pass is nuts. I mean, we can go in there and clean fish and, you're just sitting there and you're just talking to your guys, and then all of a sudden you look up and there's 60 people standing right above you just staring at you.
You just finished picking your nose.
you gotta
mind your P's and Q's.
But be careful what you're saying and doing down there.
There's seagull poop on your back.
That's always. That's good luck. But yeah, it is definitely an interesting time of year. Good opportunity to come visit. As far as fishing goes, too, it's a good opportunity to get out in the water. I mean, we got that new moon coming up later this week. On the inshore side of things, you mentioned you've been catching a little bit of everything, but mostly redfish lately?
Yeah, mostly redfish and trout. I mean, a few snook here and there. Yesterday was a tricky day. I had that bright blue sky. It was slicked out. Came to an area and saw a bunch of redfish.
Yeah.
And I had one school, about 25, come by me, and I'm like, man. So we started throwing jigs at them, and they just kept pushing and pushing. So I'm like, we got some ladyfish in the boat that I told you guys we destroyed them. I'm like, always throw a couple in the boat. And I sat there and we chunked, and we got hit by one and then dropped it, and then we caught one more. And I'm like, they got to be right here, and they just didn't show up. And like went to another area, saw some more redfish, and same thing, just chunk baits because I couldn't get close to them. As soon as you start running that trolling motor, they just push away. And then I was just like, come on, eat it. But it was a tricky day yesterday.
I got you. So you're seeing lots of redfish. They're just spooky.
Right, yeah. Well, I mean, when it's that slicked out, and it was really low. It was pretty low. Like my boat, I got that bonefish hill tide. I can get a foot of water. And when they're in a foot of water, warming up, they're spooky. Because it was 45 degrees in the morning yesterday.
Yeah.
Water temps were 60, 61 when I started, and by noon it was 64-ish.
Wow.
So that was cold.
Cold, shallow, spooky fish.
Calm. Yeah, bright blue skies. They knew we were there.
Yeah.
They knew we were there.
So when you're chunking a ladyfish, what are you doing, like a 2-3 inch chunk?
Yeah, I do a nice like 2-inch chunk. I mean, you'd be surprised. A little redfish will eat a big chunk.
Yeah.
You 2-3-aught circle hook, and I bomb it as far away from the boat as possible. I mean, I'm talking 150-yard cast. I bomb it. Because, I mean, any of your displacement in your boat, those fish push off. So if you're farther away your bait is, the better.
I got you.
No, I don't ever use a split shot because, I mean, problem now is the turns are so bad. They're just picking up any white bait you throw out. The pelicans are trying to get your bait. They're picking up your cut bait. It's insane. The birds are insane right now.
Yeah, because it's cold and the bait's gone. At the pass, we're having a lot of problems with pelicans. Man, they're so aggressive. Yesterday, we watched a pelican almost commit suicide. This tourist was fishing on the beach, catching catfish after catfish after catfish on squid, and reels up this big, meaty catfish. Struggles with it, gets it unhooked, throws it back, and this young juvenile pelican comes along and frickin' scoops that sucker up and tries to swallow it.
Ugh.
And immediately you can see from 100 yards away the catfish spine sticking out of this pelican's throat. and it tries to fly away and immediately just like kind of crumples into the water. And Red, one of our staff members, was able to get out to it in the water, got wet when it's water temp 60 degrees.
He caught it?
Oh, yeah. She went out and got
That's
it.
Awesome.
And then went surgical and got this catfish out of its throat. But, man, it was pretty tore up. The throat pocket and everything, and they're just so hungry.
I see that in the upper bay with the commercial guys.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me start. Yesterday, it was me, the only one at the boat ramp, and 5 commercial guys.
Mm-hmm.
But those commercial netters and the crabbers, and I've seen pelicans because they follow the boats around and they throw the catfish in, and they're just impaled.
Yeah, the pelicans will eat the catfish.
And there's no way we can get them. Like, I can't get to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's challenging.
That's sad.
Sad to see, for sure. But lack of food, man, it'll make you do a crazy thing, I guess.
Right.
Yeah, it's only going to get worse, too, because the colder it gets, the more aggressive they tend to get.
Yeah, they start biting you at the dock.
Yeah. We'll sit there cleaning fish, and it's like it's a dog nipping at your leg trying to get something to eat.
We try to put nothing in the water, everything goes into a barrel. And after about 10, 15 minutes, they realize that nothing's going in the water. They get angry. Yeah. And they go up on the dock and they start trying to bite your hands. It's real wild. So on the inshore side of things, we heard from Capt. Bucky. What about on the offshore side of things, Steve? What are you chasing right now? It's just a red grouper game. Now you're transitioning to more red snapper.
Yeah, normally this time of year we're concentrating a little bit more in shallower. Even on our full day trips, we'll fish, 100, 120 foot. But with the opening of red snapper, we're going to be running a little bit further offshore. Some of our guys definitely want them.
Mm-hmm.
So, if they want to go red snapper fishing, we're going to run a little bit further offshore. Only downside is grouper fishing, out deeper. The deeper you go, it seems like the smaller the fish are getting. There's not as many of them.
Yeah, we were talking about that before the show started. We've noticed the exact same thing. About 80, 90 foot, it starts to really pick up red grouper fishing wise. And then right about like 120, 130, it just drops off.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you're really struggling to put together a red grouper catch. But the deeper you go, we're seeing more of the muttons, the yellowtails, and now red snapper. So there's a little bit of a trade-off there. But you're right. If you want that big red grouper banner catch, you can't go too deep.
Yeah. It's all a lot of times with a lot of customers, it's about to pay off at the end of the day. They want to take some fish home. So you go out, the deeper you go, obviously, there's still plenty of grouper out there. And if you get out real deep, you got, big scamps and things like that. But, generally the scamps are hanging around same type of bottom gags are. And we generally try to stay away from catching gags, especially in the deep water.
Yeah.
This, any time of the year if they're not open.
Mm-hmm.
There's no point in going out there and sore lipping them. It's not really a catch and release type species for you, especially if you're in a couple 100 feet of water.
Yeah.
It's better to not have them suffer barotrauma and just, leave them alone.
Mm-hmm.
So we generally stay away from the gags, and try not to catch them. And we don't. We successfully, we can stay away from them.
Mm-hmm.
Once in a while you'll catch one here and there, it's on a
base
pothole or something like that, but for the most part, you stay away from the stuff that, looks like gags and you're good. But the red snapper fishing will continue to be good. We had a few of them. It was when they opened that?
They opened Thursday morning.
So Wednesday we were out.
Same with us.
And I got on a little spot and we were, jig head fishing for mangoes and probably caught a dozen nice big scalies, and I was throwing them back. And then I get back in and I look at my phone. I'm like, oh, well, red snapper's going to open tomorrow. That would have been nice information for today. But the grouper fishing is ridiculous. It's so good right now.
Yeah.
Yesterday we fished 3 stops. Day before we fished 3 stops, for boat limits.
That's
and
awesome.
They're a big fish. A lot of
fat.
Quite a few fish in the 14 to 16 pound range.
What's interesting to me, though, that we've been seeing is in that depth range, that shallower side of things, that 80 to 100 foot range, the range of our party boat on a day trip. We're seeing good red grouper in there, but there's not a lot of bycatch. It's a couple mangroves here and there,
you might get a lane or two, but it's like red grouper or nothing.
Yeah, you got to go get on the rock. Like there's a lot of lanes and stuff out there in that depth, but you got to tackle down. And there's realistically, I don't know what it is about lanes. Lanes and scamps, there's some correlation between two of them because you can catch giant lanes in shallow, you know, and kind of like with scamp, right? So in 240 is where your biggest scamp will be. 240 to say 300. You know, that's your big scamp range. You go inside of that and you get small scamp. You go outside of that, you get small scamp. 400, 450 foot, the scamp are under 5 pounds. You come all the way inshore, the scamp are real small, but right there in that zone, they're big. And with lanes, the biggest ones are going to be between 50 and 75 foot.
Yeah.
Once you get out past that, you're never going to catch a lane in 100 foot the size of a lane that you could catch in 60.
Sometimes up in the grounds on the top of those plateaus, you can be in 80 to 110 foot, and you get some big ones out there, way further offshore than you expect them. But for the most part, you're right. I mean, you got to be in that near shore side of things to find those big.
But there's
20-inch lanes.
There's a ton of lanes out there. But the mangoes, I think they're all hoed up on the breaks.
What's crazy is on the lane snapper side of things, we even see some in the bay.
I mean, I never. That's probably towards the shipping channel and stuff. I mean, only thing I see in the upper parts are mangrove snapper. But are you having issues with sharks out there?
Oh my gosh,
that's a constant.
Who invited?
I was just curious because everything I see,
we don't say the S word around here.
Everything I see is like, here's my head of my hogfish.
Steve's gonna go punch a wall in the hallway at break now.
There was a long part of my career. Because, I mean, I'm almost 30 years deep in it right now. And there's a long part of my career that was I would get sharked. I would have a fish eaten 2 to 3 times per year. That's about what the average was. Now I feel really fortunate if it only happens 2 to 3 times a day. Every day.
It's nuts.
It's insane how many sharks are out there.
Big problem.
Summertime is horrible.
Yeah. That and more on the other side. Hopefully you'll stay tuned. And if you have a question, fishing report, you want to say hello, if you got a comment, give us a call, 1-800-969-9352. Real Animals Radio. We'll be right back.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just search Reese. Protect your home now with Factory Direct.
I've been fishing for a while. And I see people get their redfish. I've never had
Bucky
a redfish.
brought up an innocent question, and we both turned on him.
I've never.
Poor guy.
Did he say sharks?
Dude, Sunday is gonna be. I'm gonna get killed on Sunday.
Why?
Because I'm going.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't. If you make
The
it back,
morning's not gonna be bad, but it's not.
if you make it back before 1, 2 o'clock,
Yeah,
you'll be
that's
fine.
not gonna happen. I'm hoping there's a big giant frontal boundary or like a line of storms or something.
There's going to be a huge frontal boundary,
That'll
a big old
chase us
shelf
in.
cloud. Yeah.
Like that'll chase us in.
Yeah.
And I'll be okay with that. I'll run away from that. But I don't think the XM weather's working on that boat either, so I'm gonna have to go by eyesight. Looks like I'm gonna go up to the northwest or the west on Sunday. That way at least I can run away from it and stay in front of it. It's one of my private guys, and he doesn't understand the word no. Like I went and got the boat. It's at the 33.
Yeah.
The 33 contender that we redid.
Yeah.
And he's from Canada. He's a super nice guy. I've been fishing with the family for probably 15 years, 16 years. I've been running his boat. And every time I tell him, he'll come down and I'll be like, man, Rob, it's going to be, it's going to be 5 foot out there tomorrow. It's going to be blowing. And he just looks at me and he's like, well, you should have bought us a bigger boat then. I'm like, well.
Last time I went offshore, we went out with Clay Scheidler.
Scheidler? Yeah, hang him high.
But it wasn't with him. It was with, like, his sea crew.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, not the B crew, it was the C crew, but it...
The C crew?
Yeah, it was the C crew. It was not his main guy, it was, but it was right after one of the hurricanes, like 5-6 years ago.
Yeah.
The water was so turned up. And we caught some fish, I mean, yeah, but we had 5 guys that could fish well.
Mm-hmm.
2 of the guys got sick, but we're supposed to have the smaller Freeman, but they're like, it's so rough. We're like, we're just going to give you the big Freeman, so you're not getting beat up.
Nice.
And like, yeah, me and my buddy were sitting in the back and spraying water, fine, in the bean bags. Everyone who was backwards, like going forward, they all got sick. They all got sick on the way out there. It was rough.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got some.
If
nice
you're in
fish.
a 42 Freeman and taking spray, yeah, it's probably a day that you should have stayed home.
It was for my brother's bachelor party trip. My bachelor party trip, we actually went down out of Englewood with one of my captain buddies down there.
Yeah.
Blackfin tuna.
Who was that?
Oh my God, Travis Orman.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so we went out there. My brother brought a ceviche kit. Caught a first spot red snapper. Laid it up, threw it in there. By the end of the day, we had fresh ceviche. We were pounding ceviche on the way home. Mm-hmm. I mean, we got blackfin tuna. We were getting beeliners like this big, like giant beeliners, giant yellowfin.
Those are called ocean liners.
Yeah, they were big.
You call them beeliners.
Ocean liners.
Yeah, they were ocean liners. I mean,
We're back.
We got everything. Tons of stuff.
We're back. Bartow Ford, Real Animals Radio. Captain Dylan Hubbard here from Hubbard's Marina. We got Capt Bucky Goldman from Bagum Fishing Charters. Captain Steve Papen of Fintastic Fishing Charters in studio as well. Want to give a shout out to our friends over at DocServe. At Hubbard's Marina, keeping our fleet running safely and smoothly is the backbone of everything we do, and that's why we partner with our friends at DocServe. Their mobile marine mechanic team is responsive, knowledgeable, and always right there when we need them. What really keeps us on the water is their monthly inspection program. DocServe gives us multiple sets of trained eyes on every one of our outboard vessels, helping us catch small issues early and avoiding major breakdowns down the road. Plus, it comes with free diagnostics, too, if something comes up. DocServe helps us keep on the water and remain operating at the highest level so we can focus on giving the best experience. They are a premier mobile marine mechanic service in Tampa Bay, offering service on Yamaha and also even Mercury if you made the wrong decision on your outboard. Plus, they can handle your marine electronics and even popular trolling motors as well. Reach them today at 813-807-7676 or visit them online at DocServe without the E, so DocServ.us to get linked up with our great team. Exciting stuff. Beautiful weather today. Our buddy Donald from Lutz is on the line. I wonder if he's got one of his famous meetups today. What's going on, Donald?
I'm Donald. Hey, good morning, guys. No, that was last Saturday.
Today is a beautiful day for it.
Yeah, we had a great day on Saturday up at Anclote.
How'd you do?
Broths. We caught a bunch of snook, some nice trout. A couple of people got slams. I didn't get any redfish. It was more of a relaxing outing for me. I just went around a couple of little spoil islands inside the river.
Nice.
And it was just, a lot of fun. Saw this oyster bar, but it was very low tide.
It's been crazy.
So,
next week.
So it was,
Yeah, the end of this week coming up is going to be extreme lows right in the morning when we're all trying to leave.
Yeah, upper bay is almost -1. And then if you got a north wind, it might be even lower than that.
Yeah, brutal stuff. Gonna get cold too.
yeah.
What's up, Donald? It's Bucky. How you been, man?
Good, Bucky. Yeah, I see you on there. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good to see you, and see all your reports and everything. So very cool that you're on the air.
Thanks for your support.
Oh, absolutely, my pleasure. It's you do some great stuff out there. So yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, there's no going out of Safety Harbor. They got that marina closed down.
Really?
Yeah.
What are they doing?
They're
Maintenance
repairing the marina, and the pier that was there was completely wiped out.
Oh, wow.
So they've been working, but I don't know why they didn't just like fix the bridge, then the marina, or the marina, then the bridge. They're just trying to do it all at once. And it might not be open till like the summer of late August of next year.
Wow.
This year. Like,
yeah.
It's going to be a long time. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's a cool little area, that downtown Safety Harbor area. That Barfly.
Yeah, it's fun.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
People come off, they're like, where can we eat? I'm like, go to Barfly. They're like, what about Whiskey Joe's? I'm like, no, don't go to Whiskey Joe's. Gross.
Gross. Yeah. Barfly is cool, man. That's a cool bar.
Yeah.
And a cool restaurant.
Yeah. It is. Anderson had an event a couple years ago there at Barfly, and I went, and Capt Mike Perry and his wife Lori, they were there, and Anderson was handing out raffle tickets, and they won a Penn Slammer 4.
Nice.
So, yeah, that was pretty cool.
Awesome, man.
For just getting beers. For every beers you got a raffle ticket of the
my kind of raffle.
I had 20 tickets.
Exactly. I won again. Well, we appreciate it, Donald. Thanks for the call, my friend.
Hey, absolutely. Yeah, I don't have another outing until the end of January, but I'm going to Sebastian first week in January. Going to bring the kayak and do some fishing on the Indian River, so that's going to be very cool.
Awesome, man. Well, Good luck. Thanks for the phone call. We'll chat with you again next week, buddy.
Yep. You guys take care. Stay safe and tight lines, everyone. Appreciate you guys.
Appreciate you. Thanks for the call. We got our good friend Captain Jim Fogel on the other side with our Visit St. Pete Clearwater Safe Boating Tip of the Week. Plus, we've got a trauma workshop. If you're a charter captain and you're interested, we've got a really cool workshop we're putting together with Captain Jim, and we'll chat with that and more on the other side. Remember, if you have a question, comment, fishing report, give us a call, 1-800-969-9352. Real Animals Radio. We'll be right back.
The preceding program was paid for by Real Animals Fishing.
WFLA Trauma Workshop. To work through all your personal traumas, Steve, we're going to just bring a therapist in. We're going to work through all that trauma.
You're going to be here for a while.
Your guys' shark trauma.
Oh, we don't have shark trauma anymore. We used to, but not anymore.
I mentioned sharks, and I had 2 of them coming after me.
No, when we see a shark now, we know how to deal with them. We just politely ask them to please turn around and swim the other way.
Could you identify as a amberjack, please?
Something that allows a power head to be shot at your head.
But I like those Penn Slammers.
Yeah,
I got it. So,
yeah.
I'm all Penn.
Don't get him started. Don't get him started.
You a Shimano guy?
No, I like Daiwa.
Yeah.
Shimano's really nice. I like anything other than Penn.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I love Penn.
I had a really bad experience with their customer service rep, and I will never forget it. And on top of that, I've had a lot of the old school Penns, and I have a lot of old school Penn Senators, a lot of the old school classic Penn reels.
Penn International old ones
and they're badass. But you buy that new shit, it sucks ass, and their customer service is worse.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have an issue. Here's the thing, I'm on pure fishing, so I'll buy
Zebco's.
Yeah. No, I'll
when they bought
I'll
Zebco,
buy like 8 reels
Penn and
when
Zebco,
one of their
that
sales
makes sense.
comes up, and then and I'll get the rods and stuff. And I haven't bought a reel in 2-3 years. They're all by the Penn Battle 3s. I mean, they're starting to get a little wonky in about time, but I'm not ready to buy new stuff. Still working. All my rods are like mixed match. I used to have just all St. Croix rods, but I was having the hardest time getting a hold of someone to buy new rods. Yeah. You get like 6 rods and a guy for like 50% off. But I've called and left messages to their rep, and just hasn't returned anything. But Pure Fishing gives up deals, so I've been using some of their Fenwick Elite rods.
Those are nice.
Yeah, they're nice. And they.
Captain Ray Markham said, "Good morning, guys."
Oh, what up, Ray?
He said, "Good morning, guys." Even you, Bucky.
I talk to Ray all the time. Nice, Ray. Thanks. Yeah, all those times I took you on my boat, and you haven't taken me on yours once. Once. Although, I got a funny story. I ran into his boat down at a marina, so I gave my phone to somebody and put my on his steering wheel, had him take a picture. And he's like, "What is that?" I'm like, "That's your steering wheel." So funny.
That's the worst.
That's awesome. You imagine that? That's my boat.
I would kill somebody.
Oh, so funny. Yeah, I got a crude sense of humor. Yeah. I could not be offended.
Just nut tapped his steering wheel.
Oh, I did. I teabagged it. That's so funny.
Oh, I'm going to do that to Steve's boat.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Hey, everyone, someone else will be doing Hubbard's podcast and all that stuff from that point on. Because Dylan's going to be in recovery for about 6 to 8 months.
I'm just like, what can I do? I'm like, oh, God, that's perfect.
He'll be in.
The Marina guy was like, this is awesome.
You had some
I don't
random,
know what's more
wait,
weird.
you had some random guy at the
I
marina?
recruited the mechanic to come take a picture.
Well,
It's on his action craft, I think he has. You're welcome, Brad.
who says yes to that?
Oh, God.
Sure, dude, I'll take that picture.
Yeah.
Somebody at Don's Dock would agree to take that picture, Steve.
No, I mean,
Yeah, Zook.
I had all my clothes on. It's not like I actually took them.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah,
I
no.
I thought you went the other way.
No, it was just resting him.
That's
on there.
hilarious.
You know, I didn't pull him out. I wouldn't do that. No, it's hilarious though.
That's funny.
Yeah. Yeah, I like Ray. Ray's a good guy. His knowledge.
The end of that story. Yeah, I like Ray.
No, his knowledge. Every time I fish with him, I learn something new.
Yeah, he's a super smart guy.
Yeah, he's been doing it a long time. So.
What's cool about Ray is, dude, you tell him something, like something's going on, he's always there, bro.
He knows
shows
everybody.
Up. Yeah. Because he's always networking. He's always talking to people, showing up at events.
He's a great writer.
He's always around. He's a good dude.
And he's a Rays fan.
There you go.
Go Rays. That's kind of how I met him.
Oh, yeah?
Because I'm moving to Tampa, you know, and I was like, you're a Rays fan. We're friends on Facebook. And I'm like, let's go fishing sometime, man.
There you go.
Got some good pictures. He's on my website.
That's cool.
Yeah. And Clay loves him.
Clay, Scheidler?
No.
Oh, Clay
Evanson.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, what?
Yeah.
Can't think about that. So.
Clay's a good dude.
Yeah, guy checkers. Yeah, we can talk about that.
Yeah.
You want to talk about the bridge first, what they were going to do?
Yeah, we can bring that up, too.
What they're thinking of?
Yeah, we got Jim with our safe boating tip of the week we got to get to, and then after that we can chat about the bridge.
Yeah.
Got to flush Upper Tampa Bay, man.
Yeah, and that's... Yeah, we'll talk about that.
The first time I drove across that causeway, I was like, isn't this just a dam?
It's a dam.
Yeah.
And then you got Lake Tarpon flowing right into the dam.
Mm-hmm. You got to have some outflows.
So,
Like what they do in the Everglades with I-95, Alligator Alley. They made all those cut-throughs and pumping water.
That's what I was trying to tell them. It's like those bridges are nearing 50 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So they're talking about redoing it and then increasing the lane of traffic each way to reinforce it from storms.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, you gotta, the big bridge, if you're gonna rip that up, you need to make that at least 1.5 times longer, so a lot more flow. And then the little bridge over by Safety Harbor to increase that size of that one. Mm-hmm. And then in between there, put culverts. Put culverts
that's what I was
in
just about to
between
say.
there.
There's no reason you couldn't put culverts
you don't have
every
to
10
put,
feet.
You don't have to put the whole concrete structure, just the big giant tubes. Mm-hmm. And then those will get oystered and encrusted over. Mm-hmm. So they'll filter more water coming through. Mm-hmm. And then if they start getting clogged up, you'll have someone dive down there once in 20 years and chip it all up. You know what I mean?
Blast it
out of there. Like, something. But that would be ideal.
Mm-hmm.
So, we can talk about that. But that bridge, building that bridge killed everything up there. And fishing now is better than it has been in the last 2 years.
Really?
Yeah.
So, you know we have a good show because we have a disclaimer.
Company, iHeartMedia Incorporated.
Welcome to the Bartow Ford Real Animals Radio Show, your weekly voyage into Florida fishing. Presented by Hubbard's Marina, hosted by Captain Mike Anderson and Captain Dylan Hubbard.
We're back, Bartow Ford Real Animals Radio, chatting fishing. Capt. Steve Papen of Fintastic Fishing Charters in studio. Capt. Bucky Goldman of Bagum Fishing Charters in studio as well. Want to give a shout out to our friends over at Affordable Roofing Systems. Whether you need a shingle, metal tile, or a flat roof, our friends at Affordable Roofing Systems are your safest choice for repairs or replacements. With over 3 decades of roofing experience, let Affordable Roofing Systems guide you through this important process. They are defined by integrity, respect, and honesty, and they have a professional approach to doing business. Call 888-397-ROOF for your free estimate or visit them online at affordableroofingflorida.com. You know, it's real hard to sit in the studio with someone who is just so anxious to get out of it, Steve.
Dude, the boys just left on the trip today with a couple rugged customers of mine.
It's like, here, look how nice it is.
They're sending me videos, and it's just flat, calm, and beautiful. They got probably 50, 60 miles left of their run. It's slick. They're going scaly fishing.
You know, it's also going to be incredibly good fishing too, right ahead of this front. They're probably going to get huge red snapper. Probably a few big wahoo.
They better. Yeah. If they don't, and they're going to have to clean the bottom of the boat. I'll make them scrub the bottom of the boat.
Probably zipping around in his new Skeeter. Look how nice it is out here.
Oh man, I wonder what Dylan's doing.
Yeah, I love hanging out with you, D-Man, but it's got to be like windy days. It's like I prefer windy days hanging out with you.
Yeah,
we'll work on that.
That's cool. He's getting that deal with back of Skeeter. They're such nice boats.
Yeah, it'll be really cool. And man, that beautiful KO skiff he has too. Got a lot of cool stuff going on. It's going to be an interesting year for sure. We got our buddy Captain Jim Fogle on the line with our Visit St. Pete Clearwater Safe Boating Tip of the Week. What's going on, Captain Jim?
Hey, good morning. Good morning. Got several things here.
Yes, sir.
First of all, at about 2:30 Friday morning, Coast Guard got several Mayday calls on Channel 16 from a 32-foot vessel that was going down off out of Egmont, 28 miles west of Egmont. Wow. And happy to report everybody was rescued. I'm sure they were a little chilly. Thankfully, they had their life jackets out and on, and they had a VHF radio that they were able to call out before. I don't know if if they had a VHF, they probably also set off their DSC. Mm-hmm. It didn't sound like it took them a whole long time to rescue them, and a Jayhawk found them, and one of the fast boats also came in after that and took them back to shore. Nice. So that was a good report, and another good reminder to have those radios. And if it goes down, you want to have that ditch bag with all your goodies in it, including EPIRB or a personal locator beacon or something.
Yeah, especially this time of year.
If you don't,
do they know what happened?
I do not know that. No. I don't know that.
It's always a good case of that high water alarm on a boat. Like, you never get...
It happened to us just last week.
You need a high water alarm. Yeah. Like, it should be a mandatory thing.
Like, the Florida fishermen has high water alarms coming into the channel. They were realizing that it was kind of a weird list to it. Engine room or the crew member went back and checked the lazarette, a non-mechanical void. Thankfully, nothing's in it. Sure enough, had a bunch of water in it. High water alarm failed, wasn't working, and overnight it had built up a lot of water.
Really?
And luckily they were able to catch it before they came into the dock, and it caused any problems. And on a Coast Guard inspected vessel, we have those main transverse watertight bulkheads, so it's no big deal to that boat. But it could have been a severe emergency if it was a recreational boat without those transverse watertight bulkheads.
How many stories that we've all heard of somebody, people running a boat, and then all of a sudden they're just like, oh yeah, it started slowing down, and it felt weird, and then I pulled the power back and looked in the back, and the whole bilge is full.
Yeah.
Like a high water alarm stops that. It's so cheap to do. It's the first thing I put on a boat.
Is it like a float switch?
Yeah, it's a float switch, and you can attach it to a car horn. You could go to Discount Auto Parts and get a car horn for $17 and put it, mount it in your console, attach it to a float switch. It will stop it because when that thing goes off, there's
at the same
4
time
inches of water in there.
Kicks on the bilge.
At the same time, though.
No, it doesn't. It's just the alarm.
High water alarm just sounds an alarm. So it's like, hey,
you have a problem.
Go look at your bilge.
Yeah, you have 4 inches of water in there.
Usually
instead
means
of
your
4
bilge
feet.
pumps are not working properly either, right?
Exactly.
Or some's clogging up. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But at the same time, even if you have those high water alarms, what I was getting at is you have to test them.
Absolutely.
You can't just, I've got a high water alarm and ignore it. You got to test that thing as often as possible, preferably before each trip and even throughout the trip. Like our standard practice is we test those before each trip. Go into each void as you're pumping things out, and even in those non-mechanical voids, we test them. But throughout a 39-hour trip, stuff can break. And that's what happened.
Mm-hmm.
It was working before the trip, but throughout the trip, at some point, that high water alarm failed, and it was could have been an emergency situation.
So you're just reaching back and hitting the float switch and seeing if it's...
Yeah, you climb down the void, you lift the float switch, the alarm should go off.
You don't climb down there.
I have. I can squeeze in there. On the Florida, it's not bad in that void. But yeah, what else you got for us, Captain Jim?
Also, like you mentioned earlier, Tuesday, February the 3rd. February the 3rd, from 7 o'clock until probably 8:30, maybe even a little later. We're gonna have a workshop, preferably for Florida guides and charter captains. We're going to talk about bleeding, fractures and dislocations, spinal cord injuries, burns, hyperthermic and hypothermic problems, cardiac arrest, and CPR. We're going to have a doctor talking. He's a commander and he's an emergency medicine physician who's well acquainted with most of the problems that we have out on the water. So we heartily recommend that all you guys try to get in there. We need to have you register. I think Dylan will give you a place to.
My email.
RSVP.
info@hubbardsmarina.com. If you're a charter captain and you want to attend that trauma workshop February 3rd, shoot me an email, info@hubbardsmarina.com, and we will put you on the list. It's going to be exciting.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to it.
Please register. Yeah, I think so. We're also going to, we got some handouts. We got some good handouts that we're putting together. We're going to have a trauma kit. Mike Mahoney's going to bring us a trauma kit to show, and we'll probably have some tourniquets that we can.
We're just laughing because you mentioned Mike Mahoney and trauma.
Talking to him, you need a trauma.
Yes.
Well, he's the man that ought to have it, right?
Yeah, he definitely needs a trauma kit.
Do you recommend any places to get your CPR certification or people you work with?
Well, no, there are various areas. I would probably start with the fire department. I mean, we do have some Coast Guard guys that can put it on, but they're pretty well booked right now. Right. I would call the fire department and ask them what they have going. Usually that's where we get a lot of CPR class from is those guys.
Dive shops,
and maybe sometime in the future, if we have a good turnout here, maybe we can schedule one night and we can put on a CPR seminar and certification class for charter captains if you guys show enough interest.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate you putting together this trauma workshop for sure, Captain Jim. I'm looking forward to it. It'll be a lot of fun.
I think it will be. Yeah, we appreciate it. And thank you, guys. And for the Coast Guard Auxiliary in St. Pete, it's Jim Fogel. Be safe out there.
See you, buddy. Always a pleasure. Our Visit St. Pete Clearwater Safe Boating Tip of the Week. Definitely interesting. This trauma workshop came out of that story. Our good buddy, Captain Bo Johnson, was on a trip down in Panama, I believe it was. And they were marlin fishing, and they were backing down on a fish, and deckhand went to grab the line and got pulled over the side. And over the back gunnel, as the boat's backing down, you can imagine what happened. And Captain Bo jumped in immediately. As soon as the guy went over, he jumped in immediately, grabbed the guy, had him back on the deck, and was applying a tourniquet, and they were on the way back to the resort. And luckily, the guy survived. And he would not have survived if it wasn't for Captain Bo jumping in the water so quickly, reacting so fast, and applying that tourniquet expertly in the right place at the right time.
When did that happen?
Pretty recently, like within the last 2 months. And you know Captain
Yeah, for sure.
Good dude. He was at that AP.
Yeah, he sat right next to me.
Oh my God.
Oh, we went to dinner that night. Everything.
We can't tell that story on the radio. That was fun though.
No.
Fishery meetings are fun after the meeting. Not fun during the meetings, but after they can be pretty fun, especially when he's
during
around.
the meetings.
Sometimes.
Yeah, they're all right.
I want to see someone who runs it just walk up in a shark costume. And start talking.
That'd be him.
Yeah, that would be Captain Bo. But so long story short,
that's crazy, man.
Saved this
Good job, Bo.
Yeah, he saved this kid's life.
That's
man.
awesome.
And because of that, it started that conversation. Like, hey, what do you do if someone gets you're catching bait and you go over the side with your cast net and your propeller gets you, or you fall off while you're sheep's head fishing and get cut up by oysters, or extreme lacerations. You can have it
by
offshore.
a blue marlin.
Yeah, who knows? And someone falls and breaks their spine, or heart attacks, or hypothermia, all these different things. So that's what the workshop's going to focus on.
That's awesome.
Pretty cool.
Where's that at again?
Gandy Boat Ramp, that Coast Guard auxiliary station there. That's where we're going to hold it. It's February 3rd, 7 p.m.
That's sweet.
Yeah, we sent out an email invite. So
actually, Johnny just got his ticket not too long ago, and he needs to do his CPR and first aid here.
Well, the CPR, it won't be
right.
a CPR.
I know he won't do it, but that'd be a good thing.
Class.
I'll bring the boys.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
it'll be awesome.
They don't know that they're heading offshore right now.
They're being voluntold.
Yeah,
voluntold.
Welcome to my life.
Yeah, they're coming. They're coming.
There you go. All right, that and more on the other side. Real Animals Radio will be right back. Remember, if you have a question, fishing report, give us a call, 1-800-969-9352. Real Animals Radio will be right back.
Job, she had like a medical fund, and they're like, well, you need to use it or you lose it. It was like $1,500. And I'm like, okay.
like a Payflex thing.
Yeah. And I'm like, she's like, what do you want? She's like, do you want this $400 medical kit? And I'm like, yes.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. It's like a yellow enclosed box. It's got everything in there. So now
we think about that stuff all the time.
And I mean, first thing I did is went and bought a pair of dikes, threw that extra in there.
Yep.
I mean,
I used to take the dikes and vacuum seal them.
Yeah, I mean,
vacuum seal them and then put them in the boat, because ain't nothing worse than you going to need them and then you can't get them open or whatever, or they're all rusted and stuff. So you put them in a vacuum sealer and you vacuum seal it shut. Put like a little tiny bit of tiny bit of WD or something in there and vacuum seal it and just throw it in your console.
Yeah. So
we think about that stuff all the time.
I got a good med kit.
I'm never within an hour of the beach.
So I went to do a corporate event out of Fins, and the water level was low. And I think it was Sam Miller's boat. Some guy goes to jump off onto his boat, slips and hits the deck, and his leg comes up and hits underneath the gunnel and like gouges himself. And like Sam's got a towel on, he's a younger kid, and I could see his like panic in his eyes. And I'm like, jump out my little med kit, pop over to his boat, grab the guy up. I cleaned him up real nice, and then I have steri strips in there, and I steri strip them together, and then I wrapped them all with like a bunch of gauze with the little clips on there. And I said, here's some extra gauze if you start like bleeding some more, and some another bandage. After I steri stripped him, I put a big bandage on top of it too. So, and he fished the rest of that day. But yeah.
What happened to him?
So we went to a corporate event, and Sam Miller we were parked there at Fins, and the docks they're high docks, and it was low. And some older guy tries to jump off down into the boat, and he kind of hits the deck, slips, falls, and his leg comes up and hits underneath the gunnel, and like cuts him open.
Damn. Hey, what's up?
Yeah, that's crazy.
So I was like, I got you. I actually went to nursing school.
Did you?
For like almost all of it.
Okay.
And then I was like, I can't do this.
Dude, I don't know. Every day it's changing. I would just call them on 77.
My CPR certification has lapsed.
Yeah, that would be my suggestion. We've been traveling to the south of them.
You know what I mean? It's like.
Yeah, like kind of following the same track lines we've been following.
Consortium, drug consortium.
Yeah. Yep.
Mine lapsed.
Yeah, I would just call 77.
Because I'm like.
And Dylan just came back in from a night snapper trip. You could walk down and talk to him. They're all down on the dock.
I'm like, dude, I don't need to spend $220 to let you know I don't do drugs.
Oh, I got you.
I barely even drink. But I'm
yeah,
like,
I would just give him a shout out 77.
Just so
it should be high. It should be higher water this morning too.
I don't do drugs.
Yeah, I hear you.
Those days are long.
Yeah, I hear you. Good luck, man.
Drink.
Bye.
I'm the same way.
That's because I like it so much.
I'm the same way.
I'm like,
but
yeah, I rarely drink, but then I'll take a sip of rum and be like, God, that's good.
We all got to do it. Yeah.
I don't drink that much, but man, the whiskey it calls my name.
I'm a rum guy.
Dude,
big time.
A Jameson Black Barrel, and even other whiskeys too, but Irish whiskey.
You just drink them straight?
On the rocks, baby.
On the rocks, baby.
God, I love that taste.
But then you have kids, you're like, you wake up one day with a hangover and young kids, and you're like, yeah, I don't want to yet.
I don't like the way it affects my sleep. I wake up and I still feel tired. I'm stressed.
I'm always tired.
Yeah.
It's
called being hungover.
Maybe.
I need to get a sleep apnea device, I think.
Yeah. Dude, mouth tape.
No, I'm not taping my mouth. I will die. I'm always super congested. If I tape my mouth,
that's what I thought. The reason you're super congested, though.
Do you tape your mouth?
Yes. The reason you're super congested is because you're mouth breathing all night and you get congested. I started taping my mouth, dude. I wake up, no congestion. Trust me, shit works.
Trust him.
I'm done.
Bucky dies. He wakes up with tape on his mouth. What happened?
Here lies Bucky.
Dylan told me to tape my mouth shut.
Here lies. I'll wake up with a stroke. My arm.
I'm not saying duct
my
tape,
arm won't
bro.
work.
He's like, Dylan told me to tape my mouth.
Is it like a
shut.
porous tape?
Yeah, you can still breathe through it if you like wake up in a panic. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
You won't die.
No, that ain't happening.
It's awesome.
Yeah. I was thinking about getting one of those nasal things.
Yeah. You could do that too.
It's fun getting older. How old are you?
We want to give a shout out to our friends over at the Friendly Fisherman Seafood Restaurant. The Friendly Fisherman at Johns Pass is back under the management of the Hubbard family, the same family that's been serving up the best fishing and dining experiences in Madeira Beach for nearly a century. Come rediscover the Friendly Fisherman and taste the difference with the freshest seafood, improved menus, and the service you've come to expect from the Hubbard family. Enjoy unbeatable waterfront views, a welcoming atmosphere, and flavors straight from the Gulf. Locals and visitors alike, come see what's new today at the Friendly Fisherman. As we were talking about, beautiful weather. Looking forward to some great fishing opportunities here today and early tomorrow, and then the backside of this work week as things calm down behind this pretty strong front we're getting here Sunday late afternoon and pretty much lasting through the day Monday. But as we were talking about earlier, Captain Bucky Goldman of Bag'em Fishing Charters and Captain Steve Papen of Fintastic Fishing Charters in studio this morning. We talked a little bit about red snapper season opening back up with Steve. And Bucky, one thing we wanted to chat with you about was the fact that DOT is talking about potentially doing something with that causeway. And North Tampa Bay, one of the problems that's happened with North Tampa Bay is just the lack of flushing. It doesn't drain, and a lot of people blame the causeway.
So, yes, I mean, the upper parts of Tampa Bay, I mean, when you talk about seagrass loss, I mean, it's something they've been talking about, but the upper parts of Tampa Bay have been, like, one of the worst impacted things. And it kind of seems like they're not trying to do anything about it, but it's like the head of snake. You cut the head of the snake off, everything else is going to die too. So the Department of Transportation is talking about redoing the causeway. Now the bridges on both sides are like 50, getting near 50 years old. So they're talking about redoing that, expanding a lane of traffic to reinforce it from future hurricanes. And then what they were asking for suggestions, what do you think would happen? And they did build a little bridge between the main bridge and Rocky Point, and that area adjacent, like Baycrest and that, this starting to show better signs of grass growth. So that little bridge, but it cost $90 million to build that little segment. So
holy moly.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. It was like 50 to 90 something million just to build that tiny little bridge. Now, they were trying to take our suggestions and what you think we should do to increase it. And I was saying, like, if you're going to rebuild the main bridge, make it at least 1.5 times larger to really increase the flow coming out of there.
Yeah.
Go to the other bridge on the other side and like double the size of that, because it's not a very big bridge, but that's closest to Lake Tarpon flowing out of there. And in between those two bridges, if you're going to be digging up the road, put a series of big pipe culverts or something in there so the water can flow in between there, which will eventually get oyster encrusted and barnacle encrusted and act as, extra filtration for the upper bay. But they need to focus more on oyster bed restoration up there. A couple years ago, I took out one of the grass restoration companies, not going to mention who they are, but we took some water samples and they're like, we can't plant grass here. Like the nitrogen load is too high. It's not going to grow any grass. So, I mean, something really needs to be done. Now, this year's fishing has been better than the last 2 years, and areas that used to have tons of trout that had none are now tons of trout there.
On that note, though, one positive thing for our area is the current district leader for FDOT, guy's name is Justin, is an incredible dude, really, really nice, super smart, and he's got a great team around him, and he's a fisherman, which is really cool. And he grew up fishing on the Skyway Piers with his dad, and he's really into the fishery. So I think he's going to really listen to that advice from Tampa Bay Waterkeepers, from Justin
Estuary
Tramble.
Program, and Ed Sherwood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So. All clams on deck.
Yeah. They need to. It would really help out.
Yeah,
and then if they can reduce that nitrogen load, then they can get permitted to plant grass in certain areas, or at least attempt to try it. I mean, I talked to Captain Mark Newton. He said they tried to do that.
Yeah. There's a lot of good projects,
and it didn't take.
I think there's headway, and there's positive news on the horizon. We do have to go to break, but that and more on the other side. Don't go anywhere. Real Animals Radio will be right back.
From the local Lexus dealers, WFLA News Desk. This is News Radio, WFLA.
Go to commercial a certain number of times, these talk shows,
Yeah. It's like every, 5 minutes?
It's like a 15-minute segment, and then we have a shorter segment after that. So it's kind of like short, long.
What are you doing with Hale down there?
What are we doing with Hale? So
parking jet skis down there.
So we got that lease at the pirate ship in Dolphin Quest, and promptly started just putting our foot in our mouth because, long story short, there was some drama there, and that lease is a non-compete lease, Steve. So while there, you can only send business to those businesses. So, like, if you're there, if someone asks about jet skis, we can only send them to John's Pass Wave Runners. If someone asks about parasail, we can only send them to Eagle Parasail. But at Hubbard's, we don't do that. Our staff has always been trained. If someone asks about Wave Runners, send them to Woody's, Flying High, and John's Pass Wave Runners. Hand them all that information.
Right.
So our staff has always been trained that way. So our staff went over there and started doing that, and we got in trouble. So Hale is helping us out by letting us use his booth. So we're putting our people in his booth. And in return, he needs help because the DEP is giving him problems about the submerged land lease, and his jet ski dock is too big, and he has too many jet skis stored there. So he needs room for more jet ski storage. So we're letting him store some jet skis down there in return for using his booth.
You guys hate sharks. I hate jet skis.
I hate jet skis too.
Oh my god. So
especially when I'm coming in the pass.
My wife's like, let's go down to DeSoto and we'll go fishing. We'll go on the boat and do a little cruise and bring the dog, and we'll go to like one of the places on there. Fine. I pull over this bridge and see that the boat ramp that was destroyed, and it was there was 200 plus jet skis in the water, and my face was like, I'm like twitching, and I was like, hey, they had some kind of like rally run, or I've never seen so many jet skis. And I was like, I had to park the boat and
the Florida jet ski riders.
I had to put my power poles down and walk over rocks to get back to my truck, because all the jets, I was asking people to leave, and they're all Spanish, and they're not moving, and they were like, everything was all blocked up, like, and like, you're tied up to the boat ramp, but you're just sitting there on your jet ski. I'm like, can you move? I had to like climb over oystery rocks and then come and put my tip of my boat right at the end, and my wife and kid had to jump on the boat. Wow. It was insane.
That's crazy.
Insane. It was a fun day though. We ran out, went around, got on some beach, and we were digging in the sands, found those real pretty like scallop clam looking things.
Mm-hmm.
What are they called? They're real pretty.
The ones that like purple inside and stuff.
Yeah, no, I know which one you're talking about, but no, they're
pin
just
shells is what he's talking about.
Yeah, they're just really. We were digging in sand dollars and stuff. It's fun.
Yeah, I didn't know how many sand dollars we have. That guy Dan.
It's always funny that you can use boats for other things besides fishing.
I know.
Like my father-in-law bought a boat. He's got a sea hunt. And all they do is cruise canals, like real slow, and look at houses, and then go to Shell Key and anchor up. And it's fun.
I mean, sorta.
Occasionally to just go out in the boat and sit there and drift around.
I know.
Yeah.
But
I'm like, this is different.
For me, it's fun to go do some different type of fishing. Like, I'm going to start trying to focus on some sheep's head soon.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just because.
Sounds like you're going to start focusing on hogfish, too.
Nah, I'm not running out there in my boat.
That's a long run from the skyway or from the causeway.
Yeah.
I mean, I can just throw it in a Jungle Prado or something.
I just don't know where to start. You know what
Dylan
I mean?
will give you numbers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where to start.
He has tons of.
And it'd have to be really
You head
nice.
west out of Johns Pass, 12 miles.
I'd have to be a really
12
really
to 16.
nice day for me to take my boat out there. Because I mean, I have a kind of a lower profile. Mine's like a bay boat and a flat.
My neighbor goes out there in a bass boat, bro, with a foot pedal.
Yeah.
Like, you're good. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Like, he's got one of them foot pedals.
I mean, I've been
freaking Ricky Bobby, but bass boats with it.
Your neighbor with the young kid played soccer with my son.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a cool dude. I like him a lot.
Brian,
that's it. Yeah.
Brian's are usually cool people.
Yeah, I really like him and his son. His son is amazingly
He bass
fast.
fished forever. Like, that's what he did. And then all of a sudden, he started, going offshore. Like, I took him offshore a couple research trips and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then he started going, like, in the bay. And then he'd go, and then he wanted to go offshore. And then kept going further and further and further. Now he's out there fishing, like, the rube and the blackthorn and stuff like that.
And
he's
a bass boat.
That's like an 18-foot bass boat.
Yeah.
With like a giant motor on the back of it. Thing does like 75 miles an hour or whatever, but
I go 40.
And he keeps going
With the
out
200.
there. Like he's going out there all the time. And I'm like, dude, you need to just give it up. You're not a bass guy anymore. Like, sell your bass boat. Go get a bay boat.
Yeah.
Something a little bit bigger. He's taking the kids out there and stuff. I'm like, dude, you need a bigger boat.
Like, I remember in the East Coast, certain times you'd have the manta rays, and it was like, you gotta jump on them. But you don't. It's just so random out here, isn't it?
Yeah.
But over
you see manta rays a lot at Egmont.
Yeah, but I mean, they're cobia on them. Like, I went with Scott Lum out of there, and dude, I sight casted 15 cobia off the rays.
The manta rays we've been seeing at Egmont, I haven't had any cobia with them.
The big ones, or
because we see them on our pontoon boat cruising, so like they're not fishing for them, but for cobia, but they take video.
It was wired than a shrew.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We're back, Bartow Ford, Real Animals Radio, chatting fishing this morning. Want to give a shout out to our friends over at DocServe at Hubbard's Marina. Keeping our fleet running safely and smoothly is the backbone of everything we do, and that's why we partner with DocServe. Their mobile marine mechanic team is responsive, knowledgeable, and always right there when you need them. And what really keeps us on the water is their monthly inspection program. It gives us multiple sets of trained eyes on every outboard vessel, helping us catch those small issues early to avoid major breakdowns down the road. Plus, it comes with free diagnostics if anything does happen to come up. And they are a premier mobile marine mechanic service in Tampa Bay, offering service on Yamaha and Mercury outboards. Plus, they handle all marine electronics and even the popular trolling motor brands, too. Reach out to them today at 813-807-7676 or visit them online at DocServe without the E. So docserv.us to link up with our great team over at DocServe. Mobile marine mechanics, always valuable to know one of those.
Yeah, for sure. It's hard to get them. It's hard to get guys out to the boat, especially in our situation.
Even mobile
we need a last
trailer
second
guys.
Yeah. What'd you say?
Mobile trailer guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a guy to come out and work on your trailer.
Work on your, like, you pull up to you blow out a hub on one of your things, and you pull the boat ramp. You call him, be like, dude, I got this fishing charter. Can you come fix my boat while I'm gone? My trailer while I'm gone.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's real handy.
It is handy. Yeah, I got a good one now, so he's been pretty good.
There you go. You gonna give him a shout out?
Yeah, Cruncher Trailers.
All right.
Yeah, mobile repair.
I've heard of them.
Yeah,
there's a couple guys at the Marina at Madeira use him.
Jeremy, yeah, he's good. And he's got guys all over, actually. So
there you go.
Yeah, he's good.
Hey, awesome. I got a question. Every time we do this show, when they do an intro, they talk about this Mike Anderson guy. I haven't. Who's that guy? I don't even know who that guy is.
Yeah, he's real big.
I don't think I talked to him in like probably the last, I don't know.
He's hiding from you.
2-3 years.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't need to be scared of me. I like him. He's a good guy.
Yeah, he's a good dude. He likes you too. Yeah. No, I don't remember what he told me why he was missing today, but he's got something going on. I think it's family because Christmas he goes up to Wisconsin to visit his mom, and I believe that's why he's missing, if I remember correctly. But
that's right. He's a Packers fan.
Yeah, he's a Wisconsin boy. Yeah, he moved down here 25 years ago.
They make some cool dudes in Wisconsin. I gotta tell you,
some corn-fed.
good guys, man. Yeah. Really cool guys.
For sure. And we're looking forward to a great week of fishing behind this cold front. Some good tidal flows. The redfish game is hot inshore. Sheepshead, you were mentioning. Man, I've been seeing some big sheepshead caught lately around the pass. And this new moon should hopefully shake things loose, get some water flowing. And even behind the front, what's interesting to me is like when we cancel trips, because it's too rough offshore and that water gets all stirred up and milky and nasty and it's blowing out of the north. That seems to be like when sheepshead fishing is the best.
Right.
Mm-hmm. When you can't do anything else, sheepshead are.
I mean, we have some good sheephead in the upper bay, but they're tricky and it's hard to find. Like, I need to put some more time in and looking around for.
Does the causeway have sheepshead?
On the bridge, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, like growing up in Sarasota. In the wintertime, you'd sit on my dad's dock, and you just see sheephead swimming around everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm not driving by places and seeing sheephead. Maybe
you don't have a lot of dock lines up there.
Not a ton of docks. I've seen a bunch of sheephead around, like, the Rocky Point area, but they're not very big.
Yeah.
But, I mean, like, groups of 30 or 40 of them, but they're small little guys.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, they do start moving in there. As you get closer on the other side of Gandy Bridge and Whedon and that area because you got some
big dogs.
Yeah, there's some bigger ones, and I want to go and hit those canals, like, and do what I did in Sarasota growing up and just drop in mud crabs right next to every single piling.
Yeah,
see what you get. You know, they got to be there.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Mud crabs are a good one. Fiddler crabs, even sand fleas. We have frozen sand fleas in our shop, and people will grab those, and clams as well, frozen clams, cutting those up. Sheepshead are funny, man.
When I was a kid, I would get those whelks, the big conchs. And when you weren't supposed to kill them, but I would cut them and put a piece on it. I could catch 40 on one piece of bait. I mean, they would not come off the hook.
There you go.
You gotta find out what some of those commercial guys use. You see you drive by a bridge once in a while and you just look over and the dude's like in a little John boat and he's got like 300 pounds of sheephead in there. And you're like, how do you catch that?
This guy, Greg, in Madeira Beach is a commercial sheepshead guy when he's not running other boats. And this time of year when it's rough, he'll show up and it's blowing 20, 30 miles an hour out of the north and everything's canceled. I'll walk out in the dock to take a phone call or something, and there he is. And what he does,
he's tied up to your dock.
Yeah, he'll fish off our dock. Nice. He'll fish off Don's dock. He'll fish off the bridge. I see him all over. And what he does, I've watched him and I've talked to him, is he almost exclusively uses barnacles because it's free. And so he'll get up on a dock, and the first thing he does is take his bucket, sink it in the water a little bit, put it right up against a piling, scrape that piling of barnacles, and it works really well. But barnacle fishing for sheep's head is tricky. It is definitely advanced angling because as soon as they look at it, it's off your hook basically because they just crunch it so quickly.
Yeah.
So you have to almost anticipate the bite and set the hook early. So it's tricky style of fishing, but it works really well. It's fun too because you have to be quick.
Yeah, it makes sense. They don't even have to tear it off. All they got to do is close their mouth and it's just crushed.
Falls apart.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and with the barnacles too, you have to be right against the piling or you won't get a bite. So you have to either let it sink to the bottom right against the piling or let it drift down that piling and it free line basically. And it can be tricky, but it's fun.
Sheephead fishing is fun.
Yeah. And they're good at eating. Man, sheep's head are really good eating.
They're not fun to fillet.
No, not at all.
Not at all.
Big giant porgy.
Yeah. It's when the relentless knives come in handy for sure. You want to definitely get through those tough scales, but can be a really fun to catch and really good eating fish. And that and the trout too. The trout bite's been insane. Some big trout. We had a couple big ones caught in the Johns Pass area recently, over 20 inches. Some big fat ones.
I don't understand the trout regulations. Snook and reds can't keep them below or above. Why don't they do that for trout?
Well, they're working on the trout regulations right now.
That should be it. Yeah, I'd be fine with like 3 or 4 in between 15 and 20. Anything over that, just let it go.
Yeah.
Let it go.
I wouldn't be surprised. They're talking about trout regs right now, so it'll be interesting to see what FWC comes up. Yeah, you know, there's a lot of people on the water.
Coming from Mosquito Lagoon where I see giant ones.
Yeah.
Giant ones.
Mosquito Lagoon has those trout you write home about.
30 inches plus. I've seen one that
What's the biggest trout you've got out of there?
Biggest trout I caught was about 32. Biggest one I hooked for a second was probably pushing 40 inches.
Oh my God.
I threw a mud minnow. I thought it was a red. It turned, he ate it. Or I threw a mullet, ate it, set the hook.
Whoa.
Spit it.
You threw a finger mullet?
Finger mullet, like this big.
Like a 6-inch finger mullet.
And he ate it. And I set the hook and he spit it. And he didn't go anywhere. I reeled it, threw it again. He eats it. I'm like, it's going to the butthole. Let him take it. Take it. I'm like, I'm shaking. Come tight, spits it. My mullet was double hooked. I packed my stuff up and went home. It was 38, 40 inches long.
Wow.
Giant.
That's crazy.
On Tiger Shoal. I'll never forget it.
Wow. That is a monster
And I've
fish.
seen some giant ones. Actually, when the freeze in 2010 came, I pulled a 35-inch dead one, frozen stiff, out of the water.
Oh, my gosh. A 35-inch trout.
Next to more snook than I knew was even in there. And 40-plus inch redfish. I mean, this whole Eddy's Creek, just this one little area, it was white with dead fish.
Because of the freeze?
Yeah.
Wow. Sad.
I couldn't imagine what the snook was over here during that.
Dude, that was crazy. I was pretty young at the time, and I was kayaking around our canal, and you could literally just reach down and lip the snook and pull them out of the water. I'm like, oh, that's a pretty nice one. Put it back. Pick up the next one. Oh, that's a pretty nice one. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Well, what was the water temp back then? You remember?
I have no idea. I was pretty young at the time.
It's probably in the 40s, like low 40s. That's when it's bad for them.
Yeah, I believe it was below 50 degrees for like a week and a half. That's what killed a lot of fish.
The water temps were.
Yeah.
The air temp got down to like 26 a couple times, and then it was like low 40s.
That's crazy.
For like 10, 12 days.
Yeah.
Straight.
This winter, they're saying, because of the La Nina effect that settled in, that we're supposed to have a drier, more mild winter. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Nice. It's been mild so far.
I don't believe any. They also said we were going to have a pretty active hurricane season.
Yeah.
We dodged all of them.
I don't know.
We had a pretty active hurricane season. I mean, the Atlantic Basin had quite a a storms. They just all turned, thankfully. Yeah.
It's still pretty cold when you're throwing that cast net catching bait. It's 45 out. Water temp maybe it was 60, 61 yesterday, but it was my hands are a little cold.
I believe it. It's definitely been a little chilly. On the offshore side of things, Steve, so for these red snapper, you're starting at 140?
Yeah, well, you can find them in a little closer. I mean, a lot of times, typically during the winter months, we'll find them in shallower than that. But realistically, like consistent depth is 140 to 160.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty consistent.
What's your favorite red snapper bait? Favorite all time? Because everybody always asks, what do you catch a red snapper with, or what works for red snapper? And everything is right.
Everything.
They're like the catfish of the Gulf, man.
Yeah.
They'll eat them.
I think it's got way more to do with presentation and tackle than it does what you're using for bait.
All right, so go.
What
go
setups
for it.
are you
What
using?
presentation are you using?
Well,
knocker rig.
Let's hear it.
Well, it just depends. I mean, there's a lot of different scenarios. It's just like grouper fishing. I mean, you can fish them up in the water. There's a snapper, so they live up in the water, and they live higher up in the water than most people probably think.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they will come. You can chum them to the back of the boat like you do mangoes, like you do yellowtails. They're a snapper. That doesn't leave, you know, what they do. You know, leader size doesn't really mean a lot. But if you're chumming a fish up, whether you're catching mangoes, yellowtails, red snapper, doesn't matter. If you got a chum line going and they're following the ladder to the boat, your bait needs to look like one of those. So if you're just sitting there just doing a regular chum, you know, cutting little chunks, you don't want to put something down there with a weight. You know, you don't want to put something down there with a big jig head. You know, it's got to flow and look normal just like everything else. So my favorite way to do it would be that, you know, chumming them with dead bait, getting them up in the water, and just free lining, you know, a chunk of thread fin back there.
What Captain Billy Nobles, may he rest in peace, a shout out to Captain Billy. He was doing a seminar one time, and he was going over something that I'll never forget. Is he was talking about mangrove snapper, because they're much smarter, much harder to fool compared to a red snapper. And he was talking about how he always chums those mangroves up to the surface, even in deep water. And he was talking about how he would chum them up, and then he'd put the rod in the rod holder, because if you're trying to mimic the chum, it has to free fall like the chum. And if you're holding the rod, and even if you're pulling line out of your reel and letting that line free spool, there's still tension on the line going through the guides. So what he would do is he'd leave it in the rod holder with the bail open and pull the line off the tip of the rod.
Yeah, same thing we do with like tuna fishing, like chunking for tunas.
Yeah.
Same thing.
It's pretty interesting. So there's no tension on that line at all.
The only problem is, you know, in that scenario, if you're free lining, that's fine. But jig head fishing, you don't have to go that. You don't have to go that into it. You know, a lot of people jig head fish, even quarter ounce.
Yeah.
You know, quarter ounce jig head. If there's any tide at all, free lining doesn't work.
Yeah.
You know, if there has to be near zero current for that to work.
Yeah. That and more on the other side. Our last segment coming up, Real Animals Radio. We'll be right back after this.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just search Reese.
Steve gets real secretive. I was trying to get his kingfish leader set up for, I don't know, 3 years. I've been asking you, and he finally told me in the parking lot after a show and swore me to secrecy.
Well, I mean, you do talk to everybody every day. It's like you're not necessarily.
You could tell me. I'm
not necessarily
I'm an
the
intro
greatest
guy.
person in the world to share things with. I mean, Dylan, you run out of. He's got to produce content every day for what, the news, the radio show.
Now, guide checker.
Stuff on the internet,
You know,
like
Clay.
Facebook.
Clay's like, you're the only
Instagram.
one. Like, you know, Eric Bonneman. He's like, you're the only one who's doing like your blog posts are good. But I mean, if you look at my blog posts, I connect them back to all my website and like previous stories, like all my little things. I even connect it back to my Google business page.
Yeah.
Like
Dude, the SEO on Guide Checker is incredible. If you're using Guide Checker fully, like you are, writing those blog posts, it's incredible.
But most guys are like Chat GPT and then throw me a fishing report and put in Eric Bonneman's like, no, don't do that.
Yeah.
I don't think Google likes Chat
The internet
GPT.
can tell for sure.
Right. So
you have to work at it.
I just sit there and
you can use ChatGPT to spit out what I use ChatGPT to do is I'll spit out a fishing report with ChatGPT and then I'll go back through and rewrite it. Okay. And I'll reword it and rewrite it.
See, I would write it all myself and then do ChatGPT to like clean it up.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, well, then I'm taking rid of.
I like doing it the opposite
it's
way.
Summarizing what you wrote, and then you lose all the. I mean, I think the amount of words, the content there is more important. Like if you have 0 to 500 or 500 to 1,000 words. I mean, I think if you ask Eric Bottom, he's like 1,000 words is like you want to write, which is a lot to write.
The more, the better.
Yeah,
for sure.
But I write all those posts, and I link them back, and it's easy to link them.
When you look at Guide Checker and the guides who are listed on Guide Checker, the ones who get the most clicks, like exponentially more clicks, are the ones that are using the blog posts.
Right.
Because you
do you get to see the analytics too?
I struggle to get into it. I can. Yeah. But I struggle to see them as much. Eric knows them better.
What's Guide Checker?
I've been asking Steve to get listed on Guide Checker for ever.
Yeah, so
Steve's getting on there though.
You know what it is. Mm-hmm. But I mean, it's even if the thing. I mean, you're paying $100 a month, so you're paying $1,200 a year. So if you get 2 charters out of it, great. I don't think it's going to start producing charters for a while.
It's producing charters now.
Oh, I mean,
yeah. Some of the people that are using, like, I know on my profile, we do blog posts once a week. I believe I had 14 clicks the first month on Book Now, and there's more than that the second month.
I don't know if anyone if he can trace it back to mine. He said like my page is getting like the most views. Dude, this is the slowest 2 months I've ever had.
Yeah.
I think I ran 4 charters last month and maybe 4 this month. Like, wow. It's so dead.
I think it's just dead in
everything in general. Because I mean, I'm not seeing like the guys I see out there all the time posting anything.
Yeah, that's tough.
Good thing you're a sugar mama. And I'm financially good with my money. So we just got our house painted, so that's $3,500.
Yeah.
But everything's done.
You gotta find a painter who likes to fish.
He's my next door neighbor. So
yeah,
it cost me $3,500 instead of $4,500.
I bartered mine. I got my whole house painted for 2 fishing trips.
Yeah, he doesn't fish. You know, see that makes sense.
We're back.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Bartow for Real Animals Radio. We got a quick call here. We got a short segment, but we'll get to this caller. We got Will from Apollo Beach on the line. What's going on, Will?
Hey, it's a challenge, but I'm going out trying to chase those fish.
Yes, sir. Good luck out there. What you need? What you got for us?
Oh, I was going to ask you, frozen shrimp versus live shrimp, is there really a big difference this time of year or not?
Yeah, all times of year, the live shrimp are going to stay on the hook better. When you freeze something, the cells actually expand and explode, so it changes the consistency of the bait. So a frozen shrimp, once it thaws, falls off the hook real easy, and a live shrimp will stay on the hook a lot better. Plus,
it stinks.
Yeah.
And you're going to get more stingrays and more catfish.
Yeah. Yeah, live shrimp is always better. Even fresh dead live shrimp.
Oh, what are you fishing for?
Anything that fights back, my friend.
So I can't tell you the last time I've thrown a shrimp without the tail pinched off.
Mm-hmm.
I pinch off the tail every time and tail hook it and throw it out there.
There you go.
Okay.
Because they're still going to survive. That little bit gives it a little extra scent. Plus, that tail doesn't get caught in the wind. You can throw it a country mile. Just hook up through the bottom out to try to get it out the little crest. And
there it is.
Yeah, we got some nice redfish.
That's a good tip.
Yeah.
I like that tip.
Awesome, man.
Especially if you see tailing redfish, you can put it right on them and don't move it. They'll sniff it out.
You guys been here forever. Have you ever heard of Bullfrog Creek?
Bullfrog Creek, not me.
Yeah, it's right there on Highway 41, Gibsonton.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Creeks are a good place to look right now.
Well, I made the mistake of going at low tide. My buddy said, "Oh, we got to go," and he got me a kayak. It was one of these $79 kayaks.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 74 years old. It was a nightmare.
Oh God, it is real muddy in there, isn't it?
Yeah, good whiskey costs money.
Oh my Lord!
Yeah.
Oh, I had to literally throw my shoes away.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't get out. Just wait.
Well, Will, we gotta run. Will, we appreciate the phone call, buddy. Good luck out there today.
Whatever you do, make sure you get a fishing charter at Hubbard Marina. I've been there a few times. It's a life experience.
Thanks, buddy. We appreciate you, man. Thanks for the phone call.
Good luck.
We'll see you next week. Good luck out there. Captain Bucky Goldman, how would someone get a hold of you if they wanted to book a charter today?
My website is TampaFloridaFishingGuide.com. I'm on Facebook, Bag 'em Fishing Charters, or even Bucky Goldman on Facebook. And phone number is 407-977-7650.
TampaFloridaFishingGuide.com. If you ever want to sell that, let me know.
Yeah, it's nice, right?
That's a good URL right there, buddy. That's awesome. Captain Steve, how about you, buddy?
FantasticFishingCharters.com is the site. And we got all the social media stuff too for Fantastic Fishing Charters.
Look him up on TikTok. He's big on TikTok.
What's with the TikTok? Every time with you.
Soon to be on Guide Checker.
There it is.
.com.
There it is. Guide Checker. Definitely appreciate both of you guys joining the team at Guide Checker. And appreciate everybody listening in this morning and tuning in to the show. Don't forget, we'll see you again next week, every Saturday from 6 to 8. And then don't forget, tomorrow, 7 to 9 a.m. on 620 WDAE. Catch the Real Animals Sunday morning. Tomorrow night, our live stream show is canceled. We will not be live tomorrow night for the live stream show, but we will be again next weekend, every Sunday night, except for tomorrow, giving away $1,500 in free trips. So we'll see you next Sunday night at 7:30 p.m. We'll see you next week at 6 a.m. for the Real Animals radio show. And don't forget, if you're too busy to go fishing, you're just too darn busy. Appreciate y'all tuning in, hanging out, and thanks, Captain Steve and Captain Bucky, for joining me this morning.
Thanks for having us.
Appreciate you guys. Real Animals Radio, we're out.
The program was paid for by Real Animals Fishing.
Those pictures of my lower unit?
No, after the oyster bar incident.
Fucking A, bro.
Looked like you parked it.
Thank you guys for tuning in and joining us on Facebook. We appreciate y'all, and thanks for being a part of our Real Animals Saturday show. We'll see you next weekend for another episode. Thanks for being a part of it. Merry Christmas, y'all. Enjoy.
Look at that.
Oh my gosh. Plowed that.
Plowed
Yeah,
it.
that's freaking
Look,
terrible.
my prop, fine. There's not.
Leash program that was designed to help